Hello, Leonardo Cornejo here with another video, and today we're not playing Final Fantasy XII because it was on the hard drive that died. I'm planning on installing it again later, maybe next week, and check if the save files weren't lost. It seems they were not, but since things are not great right now, well, let's play this. A Hat in Time is a game I have still yet to finish, so let's finish it. Well, let's play it, try to finish it, and that's it. Because something's better than nothing, and the game has a lolly, so I can say really stupid and bothersome things while playing it and annoying young people. What? What the hell is that? Alright, so it will be this act. I'm not playing the game in any particular order because I don't even know what the correct order is. I just play it as best as I can. I also picked this game because it doesn't have much in terms of plot, not much dialogue. It's a platformer, so I can distract myself from all the negativity. It's been quite a bad year, I must admit. Well, there are some good things like the music and all that, but it has been a bad year in some areas. It has been a bad year for the Spanish channel. That's why I'm neglecting it, because I'm kinda fed up with the lack of growth. It's been a very bad year for my PC. The new hard drive died. The current one is showing signs of age already. Well, it was a used hard drive. I have it since 2021, so yeah, it's showing signs of age, but it's to be expected. The hard drive this old starts to show signs of age. But that's the thing. It's starting to show signs of age, and the other one died. So it's not been a great year. And right when the whole thing with the Sam Altman deal fucked everyone over. Wait.
You don't know where to go. You're supposed to be cleaning the well, kid. It's deep, inside the swamp, but it's big enough even a tiny thing like you can't miss it.
Alright. Back to what I was saying. Everything piled up right during the Sam Altman deal situation. I hate Sam Altman so much. I must admit, I really don't like him. I am very openly, and I have said it repeatedly, very openly in favor of AI. I'm not turning against AI. I'm not changing my position. I'm not one of those who get easily swayed by emotions, especially not by anger or fear, because, well, I have experienced emotional manipulation in the past, so I'm mentally prepared to refuse to be manipulated by others emotionally. I swear, I hate this. I hate the platforming element of this game. That's why I haven't finished it. As I was saying, I'm not really easily manipulated by emotions, because in the past I was, and I learned to not be. So no, I'm not turning against AI. I already made my mind about that. I'm already quite informed on the matter. So basically I know that pretty much all opposition is coming from ignorance or fear. Fear of being replaced by something that is not the plan to replace people with, at least not for us, the reasonable ones. I do know that there are corporations which are salivating at the idea of replacing their staff, but that's not the goal of us normal human beings. Corporations are not people, and corporations are not composed of same people. So they are not normal people, they are not reasonable, and that's why they have such nefarious intentions. Shut up, I'm trying to get them. I don't think there is a single person with a reasonable mindset who wants to replace people entirely with AI. However, I do think that people who are unreliable, inefficient, unprofessional, they are going to get replaced. They deserve to get replaced because they are unprofessional, because they are unreliable, because they are annoying. And that includes the vast majority of translators. Maybe translators are going to be mostly self-employed in the future. We will be working on our own projects, translating our own projects, and maybe the projects of people who want human quality, which I do think, and this is important, I do think in all fields, in all fields, human quality is superior. Shut up. I do think human quality is superior in all fields, in all senses. Just for the fact that AI is trying to imitate humans, and humans are flawed. And ironically, that makes the AI less.
Badges are totally in right now. That's what I've been told to say. So make a purchase.
Maybe if you stop bugging out, I will trust you. And if I trust you, I will be more willing to make the effort of buying. Like to what I was saying. The AI repeats flaws because humans are flawed. But humans notice the mistakes of other humans and try to not repeat them. So that's why we end up giving a superior product under most circumstances. And yes, I'm in favor of AI, but I do think, and that's true, that AI gives an inferior product. I have said it regarding my work in the past, that I'm not precisely for or against training AI with my writing, but that I think I will be better than the AI, and that's just because of that, because it will notice, it will absorb my errors, which I will notice and correct. Shut up. But there are fields in which things are more replaceable, particularly with people who are annoying. As I said, people who are annoying will be replaced. I will push you if I could. Because the people who are annoying, who are inefficient, they are replaceable by AI, because they are replaceable even by other humans. And that bothers some people a lot. Wait, can make that. Oh, fuck!
Get the view from on top of that thing.
Yeah, maybe with that one. As I was saying, they are replaceable by other humans too. Anything a human can replace, an AI can replace, because that means the replaced is not that good. But higher quality depends a lot on humans. For example, I have pointed at it. I use AI to make some images of my characters. And I wouldn't use it professionally because it's not good enough and it doesn't understand when things are too unique, too creative. For example, kobolds. It doesn't understand, not even humans for the most part, understand the claw structure I tried to describe. I have even tried to make some images to help. I'm bad at drawing, so the images are not that good for. They are not that helpful, and that's the thing. The AI doesn't understand, and it took me years of trying, figuratively and maybe literally years of trying, to get an AI to understand how the claw structure, the eye structure is supposed to be. The eyes, the pupils are supposed to be asteroid shaped, not cross, not a square, not round, not a line, not a vertical line. That's Nanachi, not kobolds.
Not far to go, kid.
God damn it. And that's the thing. Took me a while to get the AI to give them the asteroid shape I was trying to get. God fucking damn it. This really got me angry. And after all that time I realized
Not far to go, kid.
drawing it myself was easier than getting the AI to get it. Drawing it myself was easier than get the AI to understand it. Which means getting a human to do it will be easier. Actually was easier. Humans understand the eyes, the AI has a hard time with it. Neither the AI nor humans understand the hands. So why would I want the inferior version? The only benefit of AI is the cost, because it's cheaper. It's much cheaper. But it comes with all these legal caveats, complications, and all that, which also discourage, at least for me, also discourage the use for professional works. For fun, for non-commercial stuff, yeah, that's fine, but when I want to make money, when I want to charge you money, I need superior quality. I want superior quality compared to what AI has to offer. Because the problem with this is the camera. The camera. I'm not getting used to the camera. Because I don't see what's behind me, I don't see what's below me, I don't see what's in front. Let's remove this.
Not far to go, kid.
Oh, fucking damn it, shut up. As I was saying, the AI offers an inferior product, which is too annoying to work with. Doesn't understand. Fuck, do I adjust the camera? Nope. Let's try this way. Shut the fuck up. Back to what I was saying. The AI offers an inferior product. It offers more complications, legal, financial, social, basically makes it harder. Doesn't save as much money as it should when you try to use it commercially. I don't understand how companies plan ahead to make it possible for them, to make it viable for them. But since I am a human and not a corporation, I have a harder time with that. I can't manage all the things that are required to use it commercially. And I don't like the idea of using it commercially when it gives me less than what I need in terms of quality. Which, by the way, bothers me a lot because I see more and more companies getting caught using AI. And now, to me, that's not a problem at a personal level. I'm not bothered by them using AI. I'm bothered by them lying about it, saying they are not, when you catch them doing it. I mean, you literally have the evidence that they are using AI, and they pretend they don't, and they make fake apologies whenever they get caught. One of them is Covercorp, the owners of Avlaan. That's like, dude, you are using AI. We know you are using AI because we have caught you using AI. I don't know which I need to use. We have caught them using AI at least 3 times already. I heard 4. I heard 4, but at least 3 times they have been caught using AI. And they keep saying, oh, we are sorry, we are not doing it on purpose, we are never going to use AI again, we apologize to our talents which we offended with. And they are lying. They are blatantly lying. And to be honest, if I was anti-AI and working for Cover, I would have graduated already. Because they are going to keep doing it. Because it's not the first time they get caught. And I would be really mad, and I would refuse to work for them. But I am not anti-AI, and I am not working for them. I wouldn't be able to tolerate working for a company in general. Not for whole life, for a company in general. I will need to find something that can slow the fall so I can calculate my descent. I hate this fucking thing. I hate platforming when it gets this difficult, to be honest. I don't like it. I don't like it. I really hate it. Back to what I was saying. If I were working for Cover Corp under such conditions and I was strictly anti-AI, I would have already been really angry. And I would have graduated because, well, angry. Because I am that kind of person who says, you know what? Fuck you, I quit. I'm angry, I quit. I'm tired, I quit. I feel overworked, I quit. To be honest, that's why I don't criticize her. Because when she grew tired of working, she decided to quit. Entirely valid reason for me. The thing is, they have it caught 3 times or 4, depending on the version of the case, using AI. And people complain, and they get angry, and
I was kind of expecting
Alright, which one? Okay, logically, given the time, alright, what? Alright. That at least opens any norm.
You're leaving all the difficult contracts for the newbie.
No, I'm leaving them for myself later. As I was saying, they have been cuffed 3 times already using AI. It bothers me too. It bothers me too, I must say. I mean, I'm not anti-AI. I'm not against AI, but it bothers me because they are lying. And I'm against liars. It bothers me when people lie to hide their embarrassment, their shame, for something they have caused. They should be honest already and just admit that they are trying to use AI. And they want to use it because it's a new technology, and the only reason they are doing all that sneaky stuff, all that dishonesty, is because they know it's unpopular with people and that it will offend some of their talents. If they were more sincere, I wouldn't be bothered by it, but they are not being sincere. They are lying. And they are not the only company. And for example, there was this case with an anime which recently, I think it's named Ascendance of the Bookworm, if I remember well. And the new... Where are you? And the new season, the trailer for the new season, if I remember well, or was it the opening? I think it was the opening. The opening for the new season revealed it got revealed it had AI generated visuals in a background element. To me, that's not a big deal. To me, that's like, yeah, fine. It has a AI generated background. It's not a big deal. But to some people, it was an offense, and the studio responded the allegations by saying, "Oh, the first they stayed quiet. First they were like real silent. They didn't say anything. They basically pretended it didn't happen. And then after getting cuffed, they said, "Oh, sorry, we didn't mean to show that. It was a placeholder." The typical excuse made by everyone who gets cuffed using AI. It was a placeholder. It wasn't intended for you to see it. We were just using it as a placeholder. Then it broke containment, basically. We forgot to remove it, and we are going to remake it. It's an excuse. It's an excuse. They are trying to sneak AI. They are trying to make sure they are not beaten to the use of that new technology, because that's what it is. It's a new technology, and new technologies are profit. And companies love profit. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your morals. They don't care about your politics. They care about profit. They care about profit. And they want the money. They want the profit. They want the opportunity of getting rich quick with AI. Everyone, every single company, they get caught
Don't have any trouble staying above the swamp.
because they are not that good at strategizing. They don't think ahead. and they just try to show Hornet without any plan. All these companies, they don't really care if you're against AI. They don't really care about the artists or whatever other thing you argue. Personally, me neither. I don't like illustrators enough as a collective. As individuals, there are illustrators I like and illustrators I don't like. But as a collective, I don't care about illustrators enough to... What? Ah, fucking hell. I don't care about illustrators enough to get upset over them losing their jobs. As a collective, individual illustrators I care. If there is an illustrator I like, I don't want that person being negatively affected by anything. By anything, not just by AI, by anything. I don't want bad things happening to the illustrators I like. But how does this work? But the illustrators I don't know, I don't like, I don't care about them. Their well-being is not my problem. I am indifferent to them. I don't care if they lose their jobs, if they starve, anything bad that happens to those I don't like, to those I don't know. It's not my problem. Because I had terrible experiences with illustrators as individuals, individual cases, not collectively. I've had some really nasty experiences with illustrators. So I don't have these default feelings of compassion to them. Oh god fucking damn it. I don't have this collective support for them. Because as I said, I have been treated poorly by illustrators in the past, so I don't hate them. That's important. I don't hate them. Because people say, oh, don't you hate illustrators? No. Well, they say artists. I hate the term artists used in that context, by the way. That's another part I hate. I hate it when people say, you're not an artist because I'm a novelist. Because illustrator is not the only art, and that bothers me. Maybe more than it should, and I won't say I'm entirely right on my response, but it bothers me. As I said, maybe more than it should. It bothers me a lot when people say you're not an artist because you're a novelist. I'm like, dude, then what is literature if not an art? Oh fucking shit. I hate this game. I'm really hating it. It's too unnecessarily complicated. So I was saying, people say that you're not an artist if you're not an illustrator. That bothers me, that annoys me. It really bothers me a lot. It really annoys me a lot. And I don't like that. I don't like to be treated poorly. I don't like to be insulted. I don't like to be belittled. And maybe you don't mind, but I don't like to be seen as lesser by people who I don't even know.
We want to die, we want to burn bright, and our bonfire needs more fuel. Only the...
So since I don't have those feelings of emotional support towards artists, towards illustrators, towards any artists actually, because I don't like other novelists either. I don't like musicians. I have a lot more contempt for musicians than for any other artist. Specifically, you know, I hate guitarists. I hate guitarists and bassists because they have annoyed me a lot in the past. But, well, that's besides the point. The thing is, I don't have that emotional attachment to any artist. I don't have this notion of collective collective ties to artists. I don't see them as, how do I put it? Just as illustrators don't see me as an equal because I'm a novelist and not an illustrator, I don't see illustrators as equal to me. Just as other novelists in the past have antagonized me, I am willing to antagonize them because they fucked me over in the past. So when they say, "Oh, you should care about artists," I'm like, no. I should care about me and the artists that I like, not other artists. I have a huge contempt for certain genres of music and those who play them. Emo, for example. I have a deep-seated hatred for reggaeton, for trap, basically for everything that is popular in my country. I'm well aware of that. I don't have this notion of artists as a collective I should care for. I don't like some illustrators and I like others, and the ones I don't like, I'm glad they are being fucked over. I don't want harm to come to those I do like, that's important. I don't want the illustrators I do like being unemployed. I don't want them starving, I don't want them struggling. But I also am quite confident on their skill. Yes, it's not my skill, but I can be confident on someone else. I can trust someone else to be successful because I know that person has what it takes, and that's the thing. I consider the illustrators I like to be quite talented, so I don't think they will be affected by this. And the ones I don't like, I am glad they are being affected. And I really don't like a large amount of illustrators, as I said, because of experiences I had with them. Because many of them are arrogant, self-entitled, cruel, mean-spirited, and most importantly, leftists. I hate leftists. I hate all leftists, collectively, because they are evil. Because leftism is evil. So yeah, when I hear that this or that left-leaning artist is getting unemployed, I actually smile. I'm like, dude, great. You're getting fired, replaced by an AI. Disney's firing you. Good. Fucking die in a ditch, forgotten by everyone. So yeah, I don't have this idea of artists as this collective we must protect, but rather as individuals, some of which are good, some of which are bad, and many of which need to learn to get taken down a peg or two. Even when you look at at fan art as an industry. I hate fan art as an industry. As in commercially used fan art. I need to clarify that. It's not like I hate fan artists. I hate these fan artists with quotations who are not precisely fans of the work, but they grab something popular and they sell prints of it. That's the thing. I'm not talking about someone who says, you know what, I'm drawing this because I really love it. I'm talking about these people who say, this character is trending, I'm drawing it, and selling the print at a convention. I hate that. I hate that because it's plagiarism. And the artists are like, oh, you're plagiarizing if you use AI. And they plagiarize. They say you're plagiarizing if you use AI, but they plagiarize. They make money with the work of others, with the IP of others, and claim they are the good ones in this one. That's why I don't like them. That's why it really bothers me when they are saying, no, you're a plagiarist because you're using AI. I'm not the one who takes the work of others to make money and just hanging on the popularity of that work. And that's pretty much the whole fan art industry. I do think there are plenty of fan artists who do love the work, who are really fans of the thing they are using. But you don't see those trying that hard to sell their work, to monetize it. I don't like it when you see people trying to monetize fan illustration, fan projects. I don't like that. That's the thing. It really annoys me when people try to monetize fan projects. I think it shouldn't be allowed. I find it annoying when you see someone who is selling prints of, for example, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a name. For example, a character that got really popular with fan artist Nezuko from Demon Slayer, and you have people trying to sell prints of her. It bothers me. It bothers me because I'm thinking, dude, you're trying to make money out of this character who doesn't belong to you. It's not your character, you didn't write her, you didn't design her, you didn't create her. What right do you have to monetize her? That's the thing. That's what bothers me. That you have all these people who try to monetize someone else's characters, and they get upset when that doesn't work for them as they intended. When AI imitates their style, the AI is not copying their creations. No, it's just imitating their style, and these people get upset. They get so upset they get physically ill. But they are using a popular character for profit. A character they did not create. To me that's a bother. To me that's unacceptable. I won't tolerate it with my characters. If I am told someone is using your characters on Patreon, I won't like it. I won't approve of it, because who allowed you? Those are my characters, not yours. I am the only one who should be allowed to monetize them. if I found out someone was, for example, I don't know, throwing Rua and selling prints at a convention, first of all, I would ask before getting upset. I would ask, how much are you charging? If this person says, I'm just charging the production costs because the print costs money. I'm just charging the production costs. Fine. I respect that. I respect that. You are being honest. You are using it properly. You are not selling it for profit. But if I find out they are selling them for profit, yeah, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be against it. Because I don't want someone else using my IP for money. I know it's an unpopular opinion. I know when I say it, people get upset, especially the small amount of people in my audience, and I know it's a small amount because I already spoke poorly of one of the primary proponents of this. When I say that I hate those who don't respect my intellectual property, when I say that only I should be allowed to monetize from it, and I should decide who else in case, if ever. I know it's an unpopular opinion when I say that fan art is plagiarism, but it is. I don't have a problem with fan art as a whole, as I said, if someone says, you know, I really like this character, I will draw this character, or I will write a fanfic or whatever, that's okay. I'm in favor of it. I actually encourage it. What bothers me is when they monetize it. When they monetize fan art, that's a problem to me because, as I said, they didn't even ask for permission. And these people are really strict about intellectual property until they are the ones who benefit from infringing on the copyright of someone else. That's the part that bothers me the most. If you are going to infringe on intellectual property, you shouldn't be allowed to complain. Oh, fucking shit. You shouldn't be allowed to complain. If you are going to infringe on intellectual property, you shouldn't say anything about others doing it. If you are going to be protective of intellectual property, you respect the intellectual property of others. And you should be well informed before doing that. That's another problem I have with anti-AI people. They don't know what they are talking about. I'm sure of it. Most of them don't know what they are talking about. Because if they knew, they would be more tolerant of it. They really, and I say this, I hear this from people, they really think the AI like takes their image and copies and pastes it like you would with a text document. That's not how it works. What the AI does is learning to imitate the style. It doesn't take your image. It doesn't touch your image. What it does is learning to imitate your style and how a concept looks in that style. For example, let's say an apple. First of all, it learns what an apple is and what an apple looks like in your style. And unlike you, it can rotate it. I had to shoehorn an insult there. I like to do that. I have this habit of throwing throwing insults, throwing disguised insults. I find it funny. I find it funny, that's why I do it. But the thing is, what happened here? But the thing is, the AI is not plagiarizing. It's learning how things look. That's what it does. It learns how things should look in a style or another. If you make a mistake, the AI will learn it. That's a very important part of the situation. If you make a mistake, the AI will learn to imitate it. And if you are good, the AI will learn to imitate it too. The thing is, that's why I don't like anti-AI people, because they are annoying. They don't understand how the AI works. They don't understand how people use it, because that's another part. They don't understand that we are not trying to inconvenience them, that we are not trying to hurt them, that we are just trying to have fun. We don't have the intention of affecting them negatively, of leaving them unemployed. Not all of them, but as I said, there are illustrators I really don't like. Why do you think they deserve to go unemployed? There are illustrators I think that they do deserve to go unemployed. They are particularly annoying ones. They are they are very annoying, arrogant, bothersome. There are illustrators who do deserve to get replaced. There are animators who do deserve to get replaced. And something I find surprising is that animators react a lot less. Musicians and animators, writers and translators are at the bottom in that regard, react a lot less than illustrators. I do know that animators find it frustrating too. And so do musicians, but illustrators are the ones that get upset the most. That's also why they are getting the most backlash. Because I'll be honest with you, most people don't like you. I know it sounds nasty, I know it sounds cruel, I know it's unfair in many cases. Not in all, but in many cases I know it's unfair. But most people don't like you. And it's because we had bad experiences with illustrators in the past, and some people basically just throw a blanket strike on you. There are plenty of people who hate you because they remember the people who bothered you.
Kinda imagine an alien stuff to be a bit more technologically advanced.
They remember the people who bothered them in the past. For example, I had a horrible interaction with an illustrator in the past. My first interaction with an illustrator on Twitter was horrible. Was really nasty. Of course, I don't think that means all illustrators are like that. But I do think that guy is an asshole. That's the thing. I do think that the specific guy is an asshole. And I hate him. I'm not going to say I don't. I hate him. I should go here first. as I was saying, that guy, I hate him. I haven't forgotten him in all these years. And you know, everything I did was saying the following, because he was saying that in quotations, some boss asked him for his prices and couldn't afford his fees. And I don't remember. I think the person didn't even ask for less. Just said he couldn't afford it. So these in quotations, some boss just couldn't afford the illustrator's fees. That's important. It wasn't I'm gonna pay you less. It wasn't. It wasn't. I want to fuck you over. No. To my understanding, it was just that he said it was too much and he couldn't afford it. And I told the guy, you shouldn't be insulting potential customers just because they don't have the money. And from there, basically, it extended for several insults from this guy to me, and me just saying, I'm not even because that's the thing. The guy basically said I was asking him to lower his prices, which I didn't. He was saying I was asking him, specifically I, to lower his prices, which I didn't. Back then AI wasn't relevant. There was already some AI generated stuff, but it wasn't relevant because it was all weird looking, creepy. You know, the kind of AI generated stuff that was back then. This, I think it was Deep Dream. Google's weird AI that made deformed quadrupeds instead of dogs. And you didn't ask for dogs. You asked for a tree, and it yielded a deformed quadruped that looked that had Shiva's face, but it's not a dog. It shouldn't be a dog. It shouldn't be a dog because you asked for a tree. But it's this deformed quadruped with Shiva's face. I don't know why it generated Shiva's face so often. Well, a deformed version of Shiva's face, but the thing is, that was the AI back then. So I didn't have my now go-to insult to illustrators, that is, you are getting replaced by AI. I use it as an insult because I know it bothers them. And I don't say that to illustrators I like. I don't say that to anyone in the arts who I like because I know it's insulting. Even I would feel a bit insulted if they said I'm getting replaced with AI, because from my perspective that would mean I am getting stagnant. I'm losing my style. I'm no longer cool. I'm no longer writing well enough. I'm no longer being the AI sees as a role model, but instead the one the AI will replace. That's how I see it. So yeah, I would be not offended because I don't think it's true, but I would be frustrated. I would be frustrated if someone said you are getting replaced by AI. I would be like, dude, do you really see me that lowly? I'm not that. I haven't fallen yet that low. Yes, I am resorting to e-begging now, but that's because my hard drive died. But I haven't fallen so low as to be replaceable. Not yet. Not yet. I refuse to say I am. That's it. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Huh? Oh?
But it wasn't this one which I was looking for, because I already have it. Nope, this isn't the one. As I was saying, I would be really frustrated if I was told I'm getting replaced by AI. So it's my go-to insult now, as I was saying. It's my go-to insult. Back then it wasn't. And I never told the guy lower your prices to accommodate for this potential customer. I just told him, don't insult potential customers who don't have money, because at that moment they don't have money, but eventually they will. If you insult them, you won't be their first option.
Hey,
And that's the thing.
down there! Us kids should stick together, not stalk one another. I mean, Mafia. Oh, by the way, did you have anything to do with the job? Tell you what, come up here and I can.
No, I'm going to stalk you. I'm going to stalk you because you clearly have a genetic disease. You are a girl and you have a mustache. That's not normal. As I was saying, I told him that he shouldn't be insulting potential customers just because they don't have money. That being poor is not a crime. But the guy, I don't know what's wrong with his head.
Have you come
He
to
took
make
it
another
as
purchase?
he took it as me saying, go fuck yourself or something. He took it as an insult, that's my point. He really took it as an insult. What's with that creepy guy? I mean, his mask is cool,
Disregard my twitchy behavior.
but the rest of his body is so creepy. Alright. Okay, let's see.
Gotcha.
So I was saying, I didn't insult the guy, I didn't tell him lower your prices, I just told him don't insult potential customers, and he took it as if I had insulted his mother. I don't know why. All I can think of is the guy has massive ego problem, because he apparently was a semi-famous, and I say semi-famous because I still don't know really who he was, why he acted as if he was so important, but apparently he was a semi-famous illustrator, concept art illustrator, so he probably thought he was superior to everyone else. That's the only thing I can imagine. That he saw everyone else as inferior because he was famous enough to be able to say, I'm charging you this much, and fuck you if you don't like it. And the other person, As I said, didn't even insult him. According to him, it was just, sorry, I can't afford it. It's too much, I can't afford it. And that's it. And that, from his perspective, justified calling the guy some bozo and insult him, and that doesn't sit well with me. Because I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not that kind of guy. If you can't afford my writing, wait for a discount. They happen sometimes. When I remember to schedule them and there is an event like, I don't know, Christmas or something, they happen. They do happen sometimes. Wait for a discount, or I don't know, pirate it. Pirate it. I know it sounds shocking that someone is openly telling you pirate my work. If you really are so poor you can't afford it, you're not going anyway. So just pirate it. Pirate it and buy it when you can, or I don't know, recommend it to people. Tell your friends, tell your relatives, buy this book. Get more people to buy it. Become free advertising after pirating it, and all is forgiven because you got me more sales long term. So yeah, I am not going to call a potential customer a bozo just because that potential customer cannot afford my work. That's my point. That's my point. It bothers me when someone who depends economically on other people gets too arrogant. It bothers me. I don't want to become that kind of person who says, fuck you. There are some circumstances where I don't say, fuck you, I don't want your money, leftists, for example. Okay, let's see. Fucking damn it! Whatever. Let's see what it looks like. The same color 3 times. Whatever. I don't want to be that kind of person who bellies potential customers. Well, she's green. I like green. I don't like the idea of being mean to a potential customer. I really... how do I say it? I have a bit of a complex with that. I have a bit of a complex with potential customers. I fear angering them. I fear annoying them. I fear losing them. So I don't like to insult them just because they don't have money. If you are poor, you are poor. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I actually, at some point in life, I was there. At some point in life, I had not a single cent to my name. I didn't have a bank account because I saw no reason to have one, given my economic situation. That poor, living on the support of friends and relatives. I had really hit rock bottom. It was a really bad time. It's over, but I was there, so yeah, I'm not going to insult people just because they are where I was. Simple as. I don't like the idea of being cruel to people, knowing I have been there. I went from there. It was a really rough patch. Of course I wasn't active online, and I wasn't talking about these situations. But my close friends know. I really hit rock bottom economically. As I said, I didn't have a bank account because I didn't have enough money to have one. So I know sometimes you don't have the money, and sometimes you don't have it yet, and then one day you recover and you can afford it. So, and I told this guy, the correct behavior in those circumstances is sorry, I can't afford it, and the correct response from the illustrator is, well, back then I still was gaslit into using artists, so I said that the correct answer for the artist is, well, I'm not changing my price. And I told him, you don't have to change your price, never said you should. I'm just saying you shouldn't insult people just because they are poor. And this guy got really, really angry over it. To this day I still don't know why. I still don't know what part of what I said was so insulting that he couldn't tolerate it. Because to me it's just logical. Yes, you are not going to lower your prices, and you shouldn't. By all means, don't lower your prices. But if the person can't afford it, the person can't afford it. And that's it. It's not a big deal. You shouldn't be offended by that reality. And you shouldn't be calling someone bozo just because he's poor. That was the core of my argument. You shouldn't be calling people bozo just because he's poor. And this guy got really anal about it. And that's the thing. That's when I developed a strong disdain for artists. That's where I'm headed to. That's when I developed a strong disdain for artists in general. Because I realized these people need to be taken down several pegs. Several. They are too arrogant. They are too aggressive. They are too entitled. And they are not all that great. Some are just delusional. Some just have delusions of grandeur. And that's the thing. Some just have delusions of grandeur. They are not great people. They are not that important. They are not that talented. Another example, another experience I had with an artist. This one was a comic book writer and illustrator. I don't remember her name. I forget it. Whenever I remember it, I forget it the next day. And that's where I'm heading. I don't know who she is, but she somehow was semi-famous enough for my criticism to both anger her fan base and her. And I had people saying, "Don't you know who she is?" I made a video about that. Before. And they were like, "Don't you know who she is?" And I'm like, no, I don't know who she is, and I don't care. She's wrong. They got so angry. These people, her fans, got so angry. One of them actually left a negative review of one of my books, and I found out because this person wasn't smart enough to do it in an alt or anything, and had positive reviews of this artist's work. And that's it. And the dates matched. So basically, this person had the subtlety of the subtlety of a barbarian, and followed, supported the person I criticized. And I was like, yep, it adds up. The timeline adds up. This person is connected to the one I criticized, and that basically reinforced my stance, and also made me realize artists are fucking entitled assholes most of the time. Oh shit. There are too many who think themselves superior to everyone, who really have an inflated ego, and that's my point. Not all, of course. Logically, anyone who says all artists are like that, well, that was the case, I wouldn't be criticizing it, because I'm a novelist. But there is a fair share of artists who are really arrogant and self-entitled, who are what many describe accurately as fart sniffers. They like the smell of their own farts. Well, these fart sniffers, they really delude themselves into thinking they are objectively superior to everyone else. They are not. They are usually worse than the people they are belittling, especially when they are so arrogant as to think everyone should know. That's a sign of not just a fart sniffer, but a retarded fart sniffer who deserves to get bullied, who deserves to get rejected, because seriously, you not only have an inflated ego, you really have deluded yourself into thinking you are always right and everyone is always wrong. Everyone else is
Badges
always
are
wrong.
totally in right now. That's what I've been told to say.
No. No. Why would you want that? I don't know why people like to force themselves into higher difficulties. The default. No, wrong hat. The default, the normal difficulty in all games, no exceptions, is always the right difficulty. If you think the normal difficulty is too easy, maybe the game is not for you but for someone younger. And if you think the normal difficulty is too hard, get good. The normal difficulty is always the right one. That's my motto. Don't try to make it higher. Don't try to make it lower. The normal is the best. Nothing wrong with, mind you, nothing wrong with choosing a lower difficulty if you really can't. And nothing wrong with choosing a higher difficulty if you want. But I don't understand why would you choose a higher difficulty in a game that is already difficult enough to get annoying. As I was saying, there are a large amount of artists who are very arrogant, self-entitled, think everyone else is below them, who hate those who are separate from their inner circle, from their ways. I don't know how to describe it, but you know, who get upset when someone is poor and can't afford art, who get upset when someone contradicts them. I hate those people. I really hate them. I really find them annoying. I really find them bothersome. I don't like them. No, it wasn't here. Oh, come on. It wasn't here. Where was it then? I really hate those people. They really annoy me. They are really rude and they usually aren't that great. The people who get most arrogant aren't the best. Because the best tend to be more humble. The best tend to hesitate, tend to think, tend to stop and reflect. They are not going to say, "Don't you know who I am?" Or expect their fans to say, "Don't you know who he is?" No, they are going to be like, "No, wait, he doesn't know who I am," because, well, it happens. Plenty of people. I don't expect people to know who I am. I don't. Actually, if people don't recognize me, if people recognize my work without recognizing me, better. I prefer that. But there are people who are really arrogant, and I don't like them. I don't like the kind of people who bully you because you don't know them, because you are not on their level economically, or on their level of popularity, or on their level of whatever. I really don't like that kind of people. I don't like it when they start to get all arrogant and saying, oh, I'm better than you because whatever, because I don't know, because I studied with this guy, or because I come from this college. I don't care about their background. I don't care. You're not that important to me. And that's the thing. I think artists need to get taken down several pegs. I think they need a lesson in humility, and I think AI is the lesson in humility. When they are reminded that they need to do more than just manual labor to earn customers. That's the thing. When they realize that being able to draw isn't the only thing they need to offer. They need to offer more than just that. And another thing that bothers me is this I call them pencil pushers. These idiots who are like, pick a pencil. Dude, if I ever learn to draw, which is not going to happen, I keep trying and I keep realizing how bad I am at it. If I ever learned to draw, in the remote case it happened, in the remote case somehow, I don't know, the god of Kani decides I shall learn to draw because I have written enough lollies to be blessed. In the remote case, I learned to draw. I'm not going to hire you anyway. That's what bothers me of those people, because they say pick a pencil. Dude, you are getting unemployed. If I ever learn to draw, you are getting replaced. Not by AI, by me. And I will seriously do that. If I ever manage to become able to draw in a decent way, I'm making sure those artists who say that get unemployed. And I don't mean as in I'm as, because that's the thing. I don't think AI can replace a good artist. But if I learn to draw, I will have the skills to replace a bad artist. To put it bluntly. If I learn to draw, I'm getting the skills to replace people.
Child. This is Mafia Time Rift. Timepiece hit Mafia in head, and now Time Rift. This Time Rift is simple. Simple like Mafia. Rules of Time Rift. If you die, you start over. That is all the rules. Please tread carefully in Mafia Time.
So, I'm going to enter this guy's trauma. That reminds me of Psychonauts. It was a good game. Though the Shaper is an idiot. As I was saying, if I ever learn to draw well enough to replace, well enough to not need AI, I would put it that way. If I ever learn to draw well enough to not need AI at all, I'm not hiring those people anyway. That's my point. Because they are like, pick a pencil, and I'm like, yeah, if I ever do learn to draw well enough, because I'm bad, I keep on trying. That's the thing, I keep on trying, so I know I'm not going to get good anytime soon. But if I ever did, if I ever get good, if I get good enough to be able to draw, to properly draw, to be considered an illustrator, to get what I do with AI or better by my own hand? Do I look like I'm going to hire someone I don't like? Do I look like I'm going to give work to someone who already treated me poorly for using AI? No. I'm going to get that person unemployed. I'm going to take that person's job and I'm going to work on whatever that person did, but better. Because that's my point. If I could do it, I will do it. I wouldn't be hiring someone. I don't like, as I repeat, I don't like artists as a collective. I like individual illustrators. I do like illustrators as individuals. I have respect for illustrators as individuals. I have respect for other writers as individuals. For example, I really like the thing is I am well aware I can't afford him, and I don't know if he likes to draw what I want to get done. But for example, I really appreciate Toxic Man Baby. He supported me in the past when I was no longer in poverty, but when I was really struggling with my Twitter account, he supported me. I feel indebted to him. I don't know if he would want to draw what I need, because what I need is fluffy. What I need is furry. So I don't know if he would want to draw what I need. Since I don't know, and I won't say, I am not one of those, well, you should be forced to do things you don't like, you shouldn't. No, it's not your comfort zone, it's not your comfort zone, just stay in your comfort zone, I respect you. But if I ever found a situation in which I want, and I could afford, because that's the other part, also, I can't afford him. He's far above and beyond me. He's too superior. He's on another level. I can't afford him. And I don't have the charisma of RG to
Has little
pay
girl
him work.
noticed that unspent rift bonds are kept each floor? Good luck! Mafia has opened.
So, since I am not that badass to be able to get him to work for Volgar unlike RGB. Well, I need to be real, and well, that's it. I can't afford him. And if I can't afford him, I can't afford him. So I just deal with that. I just live with that. That's how it is. If you can't afford someone, you can't afford someone. You can't hire someone you can't afford. And that's my point. Since I know I can't afford his work, I won't even consider it yet, but maybe someday I will get successful enough that I can hire him, and that will be wonderful, that will be beautiful, because I respect him, because I admire him, because I say, this dude is one of the coolest. I mean, I have seen his work. I have seen how he draws Ninoa. He does exactly what I need for another project. Not for the current ones, but for an unfinished one. Actually, yes. He will be great for Panzer Golem, which is basically a mecha with steampunk elements and lollies. He will be great for Panzer Golem. He will be the ideal person for that. But first I need money, which I don't have yet. No, that's the thing. I have strong respect for individual artists, for individual illustrators, for individual musicians, for other writers like me, at an individual level. But if we speak of a collective level, I don't have such feelings at a collective level. I don't deal in collectives, and if we spoke of a collective level, I hate the vast majority. I will put it that way. If we went for a collective level, and you ask me, well, what do you think of the vast majority of artists? What do you think of the vast majority of illustrators? What do you think of the vast majority of writers? I hate them. I hate them because I'm one. I know how they are. I know what kind of people they are. For example, I absolutely hate George R. R. Martin. I don't know where the fifth one is. Ah, there must be. I hate George R. R. Martin, and that's a very divisive statement I make often. I hate him. I hate him because I think he's arrogant. I think he's delusional, and I think he's a fart sniffer. And I don't like his statements on Tolkien. I think he's too way out of his league in that regard. I think he convinced himself that he's really better than Tolkien, and he's not. And anyone with a brain knows he's not. But he's like totally and absolutely convinced that he can write better than Tolkien. That he's a genius compared to Tolkien. That Tolkien was not developing enough, because he says he admires Tolkien, but then says that's why many of us don't believe that. He says he admires Tolkien, but then he says some really mean-spirited things about Tolkien. He acts as if Tolkien was this rookie, unexperienced writer who hasn't figured it all yet. And I don't like that. I don't like that attitude. And he has that attitude with Tolkien, which I don't like. I do respect Tolkien. I do admire Tolkien. I do think Tolkien is a great author. I do think he's on a level I will never reach, even if I tried to. And best I can do is learn from him. And that's the thing. That's why I don't like George R. R. Martin, because he says some really arrogant things about Tolkien. So yeah, I don't like Martin. I know how writers are, because I'm a writer, and I know many of them are very arrogant, and the most arrogant are the most stupid. And same with illustrators, same with animators, same with musicians. I hate musicians the most. They're almost entirely. If you asked me, they are the only ones I hate collectively. I don't hate all musicians, mind you, but from specific genres. I hate emo musicians. I hate guitarists, folk guitarists for the most part. Not all. But I hate a fair share of. It looks nice. Nothing beats a ground pound. I hate a large amount of musicians. And some genres I hate almost all of them. For example, I hate most mumble rappers. There are some mumble rappers who are fine. There are some who are fine because they are good people. But I hate mumble rap, and I hate most mumble rappers. I really find them annoying. I find them inappropriate. I find them repulsive. So yeah, I hate most, not all, but most mumble rappers. I hate most gangster rappers. I hate Bad Bunny with such a passion that if it was energy, you could power all of Grog with my hatred towards Bad Bunny. I really hate him. I find him repugnant, I find him annoying, I hate his music, I hate his behavior, I hate his politics. He represents everything I consider wrong with the world. I hate him. Simple as. I hate Bad Bunny. And I hate basically everyone in his genre. So yeah, I I hate artists. To summarize, even though I am a novelist and therefore an artist, I hate artists. But because they are annoying. And the vast majority of people think that way too. That's the important part here, that's my point. The vast majority of people, when they think of artists, they imagine a fart sniffer who thinks he's superior to them. And people don't like to be treated as inferior. Ah yeah, another one. And another one. People don't like to be belittled. People don't like to be treated as inferior. People don't like to be humiliated or offended. And that's the thing. Many people see artists that way. Many people see artists are arrogant and entitled. I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. Because I have spoken to other people and they say it too. They say, I don't like artists because they are annoying. I don't like artists because they are mean. I don't like artists because they are entitled. And they are not wrong. They are not lying. I have seen it myself. So we kinda earned the saying, that's my point. And I say we, because that includes novelists. Yeah, that includes novelists too. It includes all artists. People don't like us. People hate us. Because we didn't build good faith with other people. We made enemies wherever we go. I would even say some artists brag about it. Or for example, in regards to writers, because I absolutely hate plenty of writers. As I said, that's why I hate artists, because I'm one. I have this really nasty experience where I was in a writers community, in a writers group. And at first everything was fine. People were supportive, they were really nice to me. Actually, I was part of basically a section of another group which separated during a schism over mod power tripping. And everything was fine, people were really cool. But then it happened. The usual. Leftists infest the space. And you end up having to fight for your dignity with other people within the community. And that's the thing. I found myself arguing constantly with people. Because leftists infested the space. Where should I go? Or maybe I shouldn't be going. Let's get out. And that's the thing. Leftists had infested the space. And now I had this situation where they were really annoying. And one day, while dealing with daily operations, interacting with the people of that community, some stupid bitch, I would put it that way, some stupid bitch shows up and says that she was writing this story about with a queer toddler or something like that. I don't remember exactly the term she used, but basically LGBT but with a toddler, and that rubbed me the wrong way. It really rubbed me the wrong way. And I said, dude, prepubescents don't have that. There is no such thing as a queer toddler, because that's an adult behavior. Prepubescents don't have that. And game over for my career in that group. From there on, ow! Oh, thank you! From there on, I was no longer welcome in the group. I was no longer allowed in it. I was expelled from the group. Everything pertaining me was effectively removed from the record. And I woke up to the news that I was kicked from the group, from other men of the group. This is an important part. The men of the group understood my position, respected it. And the one who kicked me was a woman who was part of the moderation team. But since she was effectively the de facto leader of the group, her opinion had a lot of sway. And I was like, dude, did they just kick me from the group? Yeah, they did. Why? Because this woman didn't like what you said. And it kind of made me feel betrayed because I actually had praised her writing in the past, gave a positive review to one of her books and all. It bothered me. And I was like, but why? Why did she expel me from the group? Because you contradicted this other woman and she didn't like that. Because, well, she's a woman and she's very left-leaning now. And I was like, what? And that's it. That's how I ended up expelled from an entire writing community for no reason. Well, not exactly for no reason. For being honest and real. For not tolerating what is effectively groomer behavior. Because why the hell will there is no such thing as a queer toddler. Anyone who says queer toddler in a sentence and is not saying that's false, wrong, and unacceptable is a fucking groomer. And that's the thing. This fucking groomer bitch, was basically getting me expelled from a community I helped build. That's also what bothers me. I helped with the creation of that community. I was founder of that community and I was expelled for disagreeing with this bitch. It angers me. It angers me more than I let see. But that's the thing. I don't like artists because they know many of them are not good people. Many of them are not likable people, many of them are not smart people. And many of them fucked me up, in one way or another. So yeah, I don't have a collective fondness for artists. Many people are surprised when I talk about that, but I don't. And I don't have anything against the people who do. Because I know plenty of people put artists in a pedestal. And that's why artists are like that, arrogant, self-entitled, because, well, when you have that many people saying you are the best, you better believe it. If you don't believe it's true, something's wrong with you. And that's the thing, many artists do believe they are the best, because they are told they are the best. But I know artists. I am one, I have dealt with them, I don't like them. And illustrators, I don't like how they have appropriated the term artist to refer only to them. Because you are not the only ones. We are here, we exist. And by the gods, we hate you. Oh shit, shit. Fucking hell. We hate you because you are arrogant, we hate you because you are a bully, we hate you because you are an asshole. Of course, you will ask, do you really hate all artists? No, not all of them. I already explained it beforehand. And if I go around it, it's because I know how people are, I know how people act. I know they will interpret it the wrong way. No, I don't hate all artists, literally all. But damn if I hate about a fair amount of them, and I hate particularly the ones who are annoying. The ones who are very left-leaning, the ones who are very self-entitled, very arrogant, very aggressive. The ones who happen to be the vast majority. So yeah, I hate most artists. So yeah, I don't have compassion for them going unemployed. When they say, but I'm going unemployed. Good.
I was kind of expecting a new victim to step in my tracks. Don't take it personal, kid, but stay clear of my... but since you did... Pick your poison. Which one?
Yeah, we unlocked the last one.
Not a bad choice. This one should be a breeze. You're leading off. Whatever.
No, that's the last one. It's the most difficult one. As I was saying, the point is, instead of making me turn against AI, all these artists, all they have accomplished is making me like AI more. That's the thing. They bother me so much, they make me side with AI. And when they say you are never going to be an artist, and they don't acknowledge writing as an art, yeah, that also polarizes me a lot more. Because it bothers me. Because it reminds me that these people don't see you with respect. Don't like you. Don't respect you. And I don't like that. I don't like to be bullied, I don't like to be belittled, I don't like to be humiliated. So I don't like it when people see me as less.
You need to find the fire.
When people see me as less because they think they are special. I don't like that.
Hello there. You're new around here. No, I haven't seen a good solid neck like yours for a long time. I wouldn't mind being strapped around a cute neck like yours.
Wait, what?
I would be honored to be the one who squeezes the life out of you.
Not yet. Not yet. Maybe someday, but not today. No. No, I'm quite willing to continue living. If someone says I removed myself, no. I got McAfee. I got McAfee. If someone says I did it to myself, I got McAfee.
Shame all these houses are empty now.
As I was saying, because of my experiences with artists, I don't like them as a collective. I like individual artists, and because of that, I'm very in favor of AI. When I get more in favor of AI, the more they complain. Now, it also helps that, as I said, I was
Dwellers can't stand on things like this. They pass right through.
as I was saying, I was as I was saying, I was never. I was already against artists. So when I'm told you are taking our jobs, I'm like, even better. I was not against AI to begin with, because I didn't know how it worked. I didn't have an opinion. All I knew, the only thing that, well, I would say was not positive in my opinion about AI was, and it's no longer true, but it was true, was a quality issue. At some point in the past, AI was really bad. The quality was really inferior. As I said, it was creepy even. Whenever you saw this, there.
You'll come with me.
Whenever you saw these things, as I said, with, I think it was Deep Dream, Deep something. I think it was called Deep Dream. Whenever you saw this Deep Dream images, as I said, they were ugly, they were weird, they were scary, they were creepy. People even made videos about how creepy they are. Not joking. There were videos about how these scary images made by AI, which show signs that AI is dangerous and evil because it shows a world that doesn't exist, and that means it's evil and creepy. It was a narrative back then when they came out, and people really were confused, disturbed, scared, and annoyed by those images. And I was like, well, I don't feel like this is dangerous, but it is ugly, it is disturbing, it is scary, it looks weird, it looks disturbing, it looks wrong. It looks absolutely wrong, it sucks. That was my opinion. It sucks. It's bad not in a moral sense, but in an aesthetic sense. It's bad in a visual sense, it's visually unpleasant. What the fuck was that? It's visually unpleasant, it's annoying, it sucks. And that was my opinion back then. But then it began to improve. And it began to take artists down several pegs, which I think is deserved. But well, 2 hour mark, that's it for today. Have a good one.